Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of r/slash entitled people. In today's episode, entitled Great Grandma Thinks She Can Threaten Lawsuit to See Baby. Coworkers blinding headlights, then claims, "Not my problem," when confronted. Patient yells at doctor because the pharmacy is closed. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled Great Grandma Thinks She Can Threaten Lawsuit to See Baby. So, this is not my story but my sister's. And to me it was wild, so I just had to post about it here. SF, sister's boyfriend/baby's dad. GG Great Grandma. My sister recently had a beautiful baby boy. It was a traumatic delivery with an emergency C-section, and the baby has been struggling with a tongue tie, gas, and general issues that arise with a newborn LOL. Meanwhile, my sister is trying to recover from her major surgery whilst caring for a brand new baby. SF's grandma, Gigi, has seen the baby a couple times, and at this point the baby is about a month to a month and a half old. But my sister is reluctant to let her visit the baby for a couple reasons. Firstly, Gigi has a big old cold sore and repeatedly tried to kiss the baby. Big no-no. Secondly, SF's father struggles with addiction. For this reason, they're wary of letting him see/hold the baby. Gigi invited my sister, SF, and the baby over, while secretly inviting the boyfriend's father. This obviously fostered some trust issues. So back to Gigi having seen the baby a couple times, but not many. Obviously, on top of above issues, having a baby is unpredictable. The baby may be gassy, or baby didn't sleep, or mom didn't sleep, or the fact that my sister is still recovering from having a baby. Either way, Gigi is getting pissed. She thinks she's entitled to see the baby, even though most family has not seen the baby much yet at this point. Gigi proceeds to threaten to sue my sister for visitation rights and proposes a schedule for when the baby should be with her. Insanity. Now, I know grandparents have some rights legally, but I'm unsure about great-grandparents. Either way, how one can expect a schedule of a newborn baby, I have no clue. Apparently she had done this to SF's cousin before and she had caved, so maybe her ego was high from that. Anyways, my sister basically told her see you in court. So far nothing has happened. So I really believe it was a bluff she thought she could get away with like last time. And I can't help but laugh when I think about how Gigi is definitely not going to see the baby now. Firstly, Gigi has a big old cold sore and repeatedly tried to kiss the baby. Big no-no. If she were to eventually try to go the court route, this right here is good enough reason for her not to see the baby. Doing so could endanger the child's health. The last thing a bub, or anyone for that matter, is to be infected with herpes simplex virus by someone slobbering all over them. A good friend of mine is currently battling horrible complications from cold sores. It has come close to destroying an eye and could even kill them. They are currently in treatment that looks more like chemotherapy than anything else as a Hail Mary life-saving treatment. Use this story if you need to help lay down boundaries when someone says cold sores are harmless. They were infected as an infant. Grandparents don't have visitation rights. Where I live, grandparents have the ability to appeal to the court for access and/or contact with their grandchildren. It must be what she means. A person with a cold sore could infect the infant. This happened to my kid, who had sores in his throat. Just a heads up, when Gigi finds out she can't sue, she'll weaponize CPS. Start a journal with entries of every time Gigi has contacted her in the past. What lead up to why she doesn't want Gigi to visit right now. Everything Gigi's said or done that's made SF feel uncomfortable leaving Gigi with the baby. Get cameras and record every call and save every text. It's cover your *SS time. Coworkers blinding headlights, then claims, "Not my problem," when confronted. Earlier this year, I had a wild encounter with a coworker, let's call her Karen, who thought she was above basic safety and accountability. It happened during the early morning hours when I arrived at work. As I approached the parking lot, Karen was tailgating me, and her blindingly bright headlights made it difficult to see, putting me at risk of colliding with parked vehicles. Miraculously, I managed to park without incident, albeit slightly crooked. When I got out of my car, I saw where Karen had parked and took a photo. My phone's camera's flash setting was on, which was deliberate, because I wanted her to realize that she upset the wrong person of her vehicle. That's when the interaction began. Karen, are you taking my picture? Me, yes, you were following me too closely, and your lights made it hard to see. Karen, well, that's not my problem. Me, let's see if you can keep that attitude when you get reported to the police. I was offended by her comment, so I followed through on my threat and filed a complaint with the police about Karen's behavior. After my shift, I saw Karen talking to someone in a tactical vest, holding a mobile device and briefly looking at me after she pointed me out. Neither of them approached me, and Karen left the parking lot. I left shortly after, still upset about the situation. P.S. I never saw the truck before or after the situation. Something tells me she made a big stink about the potential of getting reported, which is understandable, and probably got fired for being a danger in the parking lot. P.S. To those of you who care about the safety aspect, I appreciate your understanding. And here's a present for those who oppose the idea of reporting someone's dangerous vehicle. P.S. Wow. I'm surprised at how some people think I'm in the wrong for wanting to stop someone from being a genuine hazard on the road. Seriously, when police are called for a genuine reason, it is not a Karen move. It's called holding the offender accountable. Those LED lights are the bane of my existence. They really can get that bad. I think those LED lights are illegal in my area. I don't know why the police don't do anything about it. A coworker of mine who I carpooled with constantly complained about them and was telling me that LED headlights are illegal. You'll find a lot of places actually have laws and limits regarding how bright headlights can be. Fog lights generally can be a lot brighter than headlights because of their usage and being so low to the ground. Headlights, though, they have restrictions. How do I know this? Because my ex was fined and also forced to change his brand new Sun Bright HID headlights he put in his car. He actually was behind a police officer who managed to get his plates, etc. He got a defect notice for the car to take it for testing over them. I told him not to do it. I showed him there is actually laws where we are to only have headlights under a certain lumen, but no, I was an idiot who knew nothing. It is a safety issue, hence why the police did respond to you. Thanks for the story. I just hope your vehicle's lights are safe in the dark hours. Patient yells at doctor because the pharmacy is closed. While taking after-hours call in a small-town clinic/hospital, I'm in bed trying to sleep when I get a patient call for after-hours emergencies. The patient was seen earlier that day in the morning by a different provider and was prescribed a non-urgent prescription for a non-urgent issue. The patient decides to try to pick up their prescription at 10 p.m. and finds the pharmacy closed, as everything in this small town closes at 7 p.m., which they very well know, and decides to call and yell at me for this issue. I offer to send prescription to nearest 24/7 pharmacy 4 hours away. They decline. When I explain I cannot magically get the pharmacy open and they will have to wait until morning, they spend the next 10 minutes yelling at me that I am a useless little girl. I am a doctor. I did not go through 12 years of higher education to be treated like this. My dad is a crotchety old retired specialist. He had a form letter he used to turf out patients like that for compromising the doctor-patient relationship if they didn't get a clue after he tried to reason with them a couple of times. Why on earth do you stay on the line for 10 more minutes while they berate you? Middle of the night med refill requests when I'm on call. Nope, that's not a service we provide. End of call. Because the last time I did that to a similar patient, they made a scene at the clinic and tried to sue. Colossal waste of time. Better to let them rant themselves hoarse while you play Wordle when they can't see you're ignoring them. This is my life. I work in surgery, and this is one of the worst parts of my job. People can't understand how any medical system works even if you explain it. They won't plan ahead even when you warn them of potential pitfalls. Lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part, at least for pain meds. It is always pain meds. I was here first, patient with no understanding of triage. Retired pharmacist here. Have had the reverse as well, patients shouting at me because the surgery was closed or the doctor didn't issue a prescription. Medical receptionist here. We get caught in the patient/pharmacy crossfire quite a lot. Doctors are worth their weight in gold, but some people don't realize this. I got my life threatened by a patient over a $250 copay. Then I got reprimanded by my boss that I kept this patient on the phone too long, trying to de-escalate a threat against my life. I'm not a doctor, but I didn't deserve that either. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.